it's party time. My golf story brought to you by Party Drinks. Classically designed golf drinks for golfers by golfers. And the golf real estate pros Gene Walsh and Vince Visicaro. For your Southwest Florida real estate needs, check them out at suncoastdreams.com. Now here's your host, Kevin Walsh.
Hey, welcome to the program. We got another good one for you. It is our first international guest. Nelson O is our guest from China, now lives in the Orlando area, and he has an incredible story. And he's going to do some name dropping about people that he used to ride to the golf course in the van with. And that's really cool. Hey, before we get into the details of things, I just want to remind everybody, do me a favor right now. Would you just press the like button on this and also subscribe? We have a business update because we're closing in on some important numbers. If you remember back at the very beginning, I told you the whole goal of this podcast, It's Party Time, the name change from It's Party Time Chasing on the West Florida Golf Tour. Then we've renamed ourselves. It's Party Time. My golf story was to be more inclusive with people and to try and grow an audience and to have more additional guests. And that's what we've done. We've grown exponentially. And part of that growth and why we need your continued support by subscribing and liking this, there are certain magic numbers that ultimately we can reach and we can get paid. All right. That's the bottom line. A lot you probably hear on other podcast hosts saying, like us and subscribe, but they never tell you really the reason behind it. But we're going to get into the reasons behind that. And we're going to do that by bringing Andrew McCabe on board. Andrew, so tell me this.
Hey, Kevin.
What's going on? Where are you?
I'm outside in the patio. It's freaking cold out here. It's like 45 degrees right now out in Bonita Springs.
Well, hey, listen, it's an El Nino winter. What do you want here? I mean, it's better than Boston.
We're not in Boston, so that's better. So I'm no complaints here.
Exactly. All right. So let's talk a little bit of business here. Like how many views have we had? How many subscribers do we have? And watch hours, and why does it matter?
So since we only started a month and a half ago, and we thought we were going to get 50 views, we've already got 85,000 in the last month and a half. That's pretty good. Very good. And that's getting us on the way to getting monetized. And we have about 400 or 500 watch hours. So watch hours, we need to get 3,000. Once we get 3,000, we get monetized. And then, it just gets better. We're going to hire all types of jugglers and all types of cool people coming in here. No, I'm just kidding. But we're just trying to do our best. And, because we're trying to provide a great product for everybody. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's and the reason I wanted to bring you on board is, first of all, I wanted to reintroduce you to everybody because you were the host a couple of episodes back where we turned the tables. You did a good job, by the way.
That was okay. It was pretty good.
Well, you continue to be our number one guest. Are you are you ginning up? Just level with me.
No. I'm just actually somebody last night. I was at a golf tournament, which we happened to win. And someone said, "Are you someone famous?" No lie. I said, "I don't know." That's what happened.
Is that one of our viewers? That's one of our 85,000 views?
It could have been.
All right, don't let it go to your head. You're doing you're doing a great job with
I was blessed with a big head.
Get that Bloody Mary going, will you? I mean, it's
I got an update on that after if you want, but it's coming soon, real soon.
All right. Okay, sounds good. Hey, stick around in case I need you. All right. Okay, that's Andrew McCabe. Andrew is the founder of Party Drinks. Big thanks to him, and thanks to everybody at Party. If you're looking for an on-the-course alternative to beer and the tired seltzers that everybody's pretending taste good, Party is the drink for you. For a list of the places where you can get it, check us out online at drinkparty.com. I can tell you, Moccasin Wallow, one of our newest customers, is selling a ton of the stuff, and a big thanks to Spearfish Grill in Siesta Siesta Key, and also Crescent Beach Market. Check them out when you're before you go to the beach. Load up on some of the stuff, and I think you'll have a great time for that. And also a big thanks to our real estate pros, Gene Walsh and Vince Vizzacaro. Check them out, suncoastdreams.com, or you can call them at 941. Here, it's scrolling across the bottom here. It's 941-220-4000. All right. That's the number to call if you are looking to buy a home on a golf course or in a golf community, or you already live in a place like that and you want to cash out, because a lot of people are trying to get in. They are the people to take care of you. All right. So let's bring Nelson O on this. We had to take care of some housekeeping stuff, Nelson. You've been waiting patiently in the green room. I appreciate that. How you doing, man? Welcome to the program. How is life? Where are you joining us from?
Yeah, life has been good, man. I've been living in the Orlando area for the last 6 years now, and this is where I'm at.
So your journey started many years ago. You're from China. Where exactly? And tell me about your hometown and maybe your neighborhood specifically.
Well, I'm from Guangzhou, China. And I would say that's one of the first places in China where we have the junior golf program going, really. And I think I like to consider myself one of the first class of junior golfer that came out of China.
You're in that class, and there are some other famous people that were in that class as well. Tell me about riding in the van, going to golf practice with Shen Fang, and who else was on board? Shen just retired recently, but another well-known Chinese golfer. Tell me about that experience.
And Xu Yulin, that's right. Yeah, it's actually pretty funny because when we first started, we didn't exactly have the resources to, accommodate all the junior golfers that we got, which we didn't have a lot at the time, to be honest. We would go to this little dinky golf course that only has 9 holes as a public golf course every weekend, so we can hopefully get out and play some, right? So, but the thing is, we would need to go out there before the public players come in and play the golf course. So we were right at the golf course probably at around 5:30, 6 a.m. in the morning. And most of the time it's still dark out. So what Shen Chen's dad would do was that he would turn the blinkers on facing the putting green. So that's usually how we will warm up in the morning before we go out and play the 9 hole twice, which counts for an 18 hole.
Wow. So you're getting to the golf course at that early hour. What time are you waking up to get yourself dressed and groomed? So your day's starting exceptionally early, yes?
Yes, I would say so, because I remember my mom would probably usually wake me up on a Friday, Saturday morning around, 4:30, just so we can catch the van and we can all go to the golf course together.
So Shen Chen's dad is driving the van. He rolls up. What's going on inside the van? Are you guys listening to tunes? Are people sleeping? Give me an idea. I want to know what it was like if I happened to get in that van and just listen quietly or observe. What am I seeing? What am I hearing?
I think it was kind of 50-50. I think 50% of the kids were kind of trying to catch up on some sleep, and the other 50% of the kids were trying to ruin their sleep. That's basically what the van was like in the morning. You got some kids in the back trying to, just catch up on some sleep, and the kids in the front is just straight up screaming.
It's just, you're goofing on each other. It's a fun.
Oh, yeah.
You're being teenagers. You're having a good time.
Absolutely.
Is this driving Shen Chen's dad crazy as he's trying to safely get you to the golf course?
I'm sure he's had a fair share of, hard times dealing with us. We were all about, ranging from 6 to 13 years old. So I can imagine it's going to be a little difficult for him to handle all of us alone.
So how did you get to that point? Like where do you decide, or does somebody decide for you, I want to play golf? Take me back to that point.
So when I was about 4 to 5 years old, my dad actually got a job at a local driving range as a manager. So he got me a set of plastic clubs, like I believe just like everybody else that started when they were a kid. Started hitting up the driving range. And I believe I didn't really get a chance to get out on the golf course until I was about 6 to 7 years old.
Now, when you got out there, did you love it immediately, or did it take some time? Were you natural? Did you suck? What was it?
Let's just say that I my first 9 hole, I believe I shot exactly 72. And I'm pretty sure I have a few holes that was over double digits. So I wasn't exactly the most talented kid to start out with. But I have to say that the challenge part of it was that one thing that keeps me coming back, because I was like, golf is one of those things that seems easy to do. And then when you actually get to do it, you're like, this is a little harder than I think. So I think that was one part of that keeps me coming back, because I internally, I was just like, there's no way that I can conquer this thing.
So you like the challenge. It's almost like Robert Frost, the road not taken. You took the road less traveled by, and it made all the difference, or you're hoping it's going to make a difference. How quickly did you feel like you started turning the corner and you're like, I'm making very obvious progress, and I think I can get to a point where I can be good?
I've definitely been one of those kids where I didn't really get very good until I was around, I'd say probably around 13 years old. I was playing a lot of sports growing up, and golf wasn't necessarily my first choice until about when I was 12, 13 years old. And when I started to realize, I was like, hey, I played the sport long enough, and I, believe it or not, I'm actually starting to get pretty good at it. And that's when I really decided I'm going to take it seriously.
Well, you had a big win in 2014. You won the Chinese Junior National Championship in your age group. What did that do to change your life?
That's actually pretty funny, because like prior to that tournament, I was actually playing absolutely horrible. And by the time I got to that tournament, I can say that I was having very minimal expectations of myself. And funny enough, I just pulled off the biggest win to that point in my career. And I was like, this is funny. I think I'm actually playing better under pressure. So that's when I decided, I was like, hey, you know what? You might really like this playing under pressure thing. You can actually might make this work.
And see, that's interesting, because for a lot of people playing under pressure, they fold, they struggle with it. But you like it. You like kind of the nervous feeling. Is it like a drug to you? You want more of it?
I definitely agree with that, because I am not going to like sit here and say that like I always outperform myself under pressure. But one thing I can say for certain is that like I love that feeling. I crave that, and so far I haven't found anything else that I can do in life that can match that. So that's why I decided I keep doing what I do.
I get it. That's you're chasing the high, you're chasing the dream. The chase is, well, it's almost like love. In some ways, the chase is, and then you want the payoff. But I get it. So you won the national championship, and that created an opportunity. You're off to America, but you're off to South Carolina. Now, for a kid that's born and raised in China, What's your first impression of South Carolina when you get there?
It's funny because Guangzhou is actually quite a big city. So I grew up riding the subway. I grew up like riding the bus to school. And by the time I got to South Carolina, Hilton Head, South Carolina, to be exact, that like it's a pretty country place. Like we were all like all the kids are together riding the van to school, and like there's not necessarily any like public transportation or anything like that. So it was quite a change for me.
How was your English when you got to America?
Put it bluntly, I can ask for direction. I can probably ask for anything out of necessity, but I can definitely not hold a conversation.
So it was a struggle early on. I mean, were there ever times where you wanted to come home because it was difficult learning a new language and just really a different culture?
See, to me personally, I take everything that happened early on as a challenge. I think it was fun, it was new, and it was exciting. So to me, just because I wasn't good at, per se speaking English, it didn't really make me wanted to go home. It more so made me wanted to, conquer this thing. I wanted to fit in. I want to have a bunch of friends. And I just want to be one of the kids that's playing golf in a golf camp.
Man, you got guts, bro. You really like the challenge in life. I admire you for that. But so you're building your golf game. You're building a language. You're assimilating in every way, shape, and form. And off you go to college. Where did you go? And what was that college experience like? Because I don't think it turned out quite how you thought it would be.
Well, I got a scholarship playing for Weber National University in Lake Wales, Florida. So I didn't necessarily have the best grade in class per se, and the type of person I am, I tend to like to get in trouble a little bit here and there. Yeah. So after the first year of college, I unfortunately got in a little bit of trouble with the law enforcement, and
but this
served a little bit of time.
Yeah, go ahead. Keep going. Yeah, just tell it.
Yeah. Served a little bit of time, and at that point, I was really having to decide like what I really want to do with my life,
Mm-hmm. But the trouble wasn't it wasn't like criminal stuff like most people would think of it. It was just college like partying related stuff. Am I right?
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, they they were trying to bring on criminal charges, but at the end of the day, it really was just me trying to, drink a few beers in college and try to act cool with people around me.
And you got busted for it. Well, man, I'm guilty of that. I mean, I'll admit that right now. And I had plenty of company. Doesn't make you a bad guy. You know what? That makes you one of the boys. I mean, so if that was part of the effort, I think you succeeded in that. All right. Water under the bridge. But it also accelerated what was the bigger dream for you to turn pro. So you left school and you turned pro at what age, and where were you at that point? How does one start his pro career other than saying, I'm a professional now?
Well, actually, funny enough, that's actually exactly what I did when I was about 21 years old. At the time, I really had to figure out what I really want to do in life. Do I really want to stay in school and pursue a career other than playing professional golf, or do I want to keep chasing this thing? And in a really true Nelson O fashion, I guess I decided to pick the harder route, and I decided I wanted to go professional. Right after I won the Orlando City Amateur Championship And I was like, you know what? This is what I want to do. And this is what I want to do for the foreseeable future. So right then and there, I made myself a pro and I started playing on a mini tour.
Well, I hope it works out for you, pal. You have a burn, like just the way you express it and what you've been through, the trip over to America, assimilating in the Deep South, the disappointments of stuff, getting married and saying, and just your desire to chase the high, to somehow enjoy being uncomfortable under pressure is a special gift. And I hope it works out for you. All right.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think that's one of the main things for me is that I keep catching myself really enjoying the uncomfortable situation. Even though they're very uncomfortable, I tend to keep going back to them. So I think that's why I still do what I do.
Courage. Love it. And I know more people wish they had your courage to keep doing whatever they're doing, be it in golf or something else. Nelson, wish you all the best. All right. Just stick around for a little bit. I got to take care of a couple closing announcements, but really appreciate your time and you being on the program. All right, bud? Let's keep in touch.
Yes,
Sound
sir.
good?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Nelson O has been our guest here on Parti. Big thanks to our title sponsors. First of all, Parti Drinks. If you're looking for a place where you can purchase them, it's a long list. I can't go through them all, but Moccasin Wallow, I want to give a big thanks to because that's one of our newest clients. But for a list of where you can purchase it, check us out online at drinkparti.com. And also a big thanks to the real estate professionals. If your dream is to live on a golf course or in a golf resort themed community, then Vince Visicaro and Gene Walsh, they're absolutely the people for you. They will take good care of you. And if you're looking to sell a home in a place like that, remember, a lot of people want to go to Florida and they're paying top dollar. Gene and Vince can take care of you. You can get in touch with them by checking out suncoastdreams.com or call 941-220-4000. For Nelson O and Andrew McCabe, who had a brief appearance in, I thank you for listening to and watching this edition of It's Party Time, my golf story. We'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
You've been listening to It's Party Time, my golf story, brought to you by Parti Drinks. Classically designed golf drinks for golfers by golfers, and the golf real estate pros Gene Walsh and Vince Visicaro. For your Southwest Florida real estate needs, check them out at suncoastdreams.com or call 941-220-4000.
This is Vince Visicaro and Gene Walsh with the suncoastdreams.com real estate team at Fine Properties. We've helped hundreds of families find their dream homes in golf and resort communities in Lakewood Ranch, Bradenton, Sarasota, Parrish, Venice, and the surrounding areas.
Let us be your guides to finding your dream home here as well. Learn more at suncoastdreams.com or call us at 941-220-4000.